Hey people. So, I want to talk about an idea that I hate. I truly hate. Something that I have spent many, many years preaching against, especially in private, when I'm talking about a master slave relationship. But I think this applies broadly to anything in your life. And it's a simple idea: never set somebody up to fail. I had that happen to me today at work, and I am pissed because I don't. You know what? Don't. Always when you are doing a job and a manager does something with the only two options are you say yes and you're going to fuck up, or no and you're going to be forced to do it anyways and still fuck up, you are setting somebody up to fail. The base example here is, as you know from watching my videos, I'm a cook. It's what I do. I cook food, I put it on plates, and I serve it to people. Okay? I serve about, cook food for about 70 something people. I personally serve about 50 of them. Okay, so I have in front of me for two meals every time I do a cooking service, I am putting out 50 plates of food. Okay, I have a time frame. My time frame starts at 40 after whatever hour it is I'm working at, whatever hour that meal is at, whether it's 7:40 or 11:40, that is when I'm supposed to start. So, today, nice and simple lunch. You know, country fried steak that I just had to throw in the oven and reheat. Some mashed potatoes, some country gravy, some vegetables, pretty basic. Some lettuce and some pickled beets as a garnish. Nothing spectacular at all in any way, shape, or form. Clock rolls around, comes up to 10 after. I bring the cart over to plug it in to heat up the plates. Now, the way our heater works is it works from the bottom up. Now, with the time frame that we've got, sometimes it heats it up, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the air in the room. Depends on 50 different variables. But the bottom line is that there is a chance that the top couple plates are going to wind up not being very warm, and as you go farther down, they're going to get warmer. So plug it in at 10 after the hour on the dot, no problem. I'm doing my job. That is what the schedule says to do. Okay, so 35 after, all my food's on the line. I'm, going and getting my pickled beets. I have a few tools I need to grab to to get to get my meal going, and I'm standing there waiting for my dining room person to come back. My manager comes in and goes, "Are you ready?" And I realize, oh my god, I forgot one spoon. I forgot to get a slotted spoon for the pickled beets. Not a big deal. I went, as soon as I go get this tool, I'll be ready. Okay. She then turns around and goes, I want you to strain off those pickled beets because the pickled beet juice leaves trails. Okay, fine, no problem. My dining room person's still not back. Run over, grab the little white colander, take it over, dump them into the colander, dump it into a pitcher, bring it back over, set it down. I'm still ready to go. It's now like 36, 37 after the hour. Sorry, about, 36, still like 40, like 41, 42 after the hour. Um, she lifts the lid for the little table we've got to heat the plates, and she goes, "Did you plug this in at the right time?" I'm like, "Yeah, I plugged it in at the right time." She goes, I want you to reshuffle these plates, meaning taking the plates on the top and putting them at the bottom so that by the time they reach the top, they are going to be warm. Okay, fine. Start doing that. About that time that I start doing that process, I'm taking stacks of like 10 or so, and then I've got like 6 stacks of 10. Um, my dining room person comes in, starts getting cards ready. I'm putting these back. I grab a plate, set it down, and start to serve. And she goes, "You're 5 minutes late." Do you see what happened there? Do you see what happened? If she did not tell me to do that thing, I would have not been 5 minutes late. But because she told me to do this thing, I was 5 minutes late, and then I got in trouble for being 5 minutes late. That is, by definition, setting somebody up to fail. What you need to do in your life, and especially if you are in a DS relationship, is never put a person you are in that situation. Never put him in that situation. That is absolutely ridiculous that you are going to put somebody in that situation where they are going to have to make a choice, which no matter what they do, if they pick number one or they pick number two, it's going to be wrong. Okay? It is your responsibility to always be better than that. To always, even if it's tough, give them the ability to win. Okay? Doesn't matter what it is. One of the probably the some of the best type of bondage, and you don't have to use rope, you can use other things, is what's called predicament bondage. Okay? Predicament bondage is a particular thing that says if you can accomplish this thing, then you win. You are then released from the bondage. Doing this thing is going to wind up being very, very tough. Potentially, it's going to hurt. Potentially, it's going to wind up being bad. The problem is that you always want to make sure that they have a way to escape. If you make it so difficult that there is no way they can escape, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You always have to have the ability for them to win. Because if they can't, if there's no way of winning, they're going to start losing trust in you. And that is very serious. If they start losing trust in you, they stop wanting to be being with you. I don't know how hard that is of an idea is. You never set somebody up to fail. Ever. I make it a point in my life with everybody I play with. If I am in a situation where I have to give them a choice between A or B, there's always going to be A, a right answer, or B, a wrong answer. And it's that simple. Never, ever, ever will I say that A is a wrong answer and B is a wrong answer, and no matter what you do, you can't win. That's not how this should work. And for me, when you experience that in real life, pisses me off. I came home tonight and I was pissed off. No two ways about it. Okay? It's just not the way we should be doing things. As not only within our personal relationships, but within our business relationships, within the DS community, outside of the DS community. The bottom line is you never set somebody up to fail. Never, ever, ever, ever set somebody up to fail. If you do, that just shows me how big of a loser you are. Type of a pathetic human being you can be by doing something like that. Okay? You always give them an out. And there will be people who disagree with me who say, yo, well, I want to do this for myself. It's a mindfuck, blah, blah, blah. No, no, it's not. You're losing their trust. You're losing their trust. They always have to feel like there's a way to win. You can never have a no win situation because after a while of you doing that no win situation, they're not going to want to play anymore. It's that simple. It's that simple. So, yeah. I know I went on kind of a rant here, but, I'm just frustrated and still kind of pissed off about the situation. I just made myself more pissed off by talking about it, but I think I got my point across. So, that's going to be it for now. Be well and safe.